Yeah, I've been going to this festival for a couple of years now, and I've noticed, I'm happily surprised that the recurring directors that you've invited, Hong Sang-soo, and even Janakis, and even Pedro Almodovar's movie is upbeat and kind of comedic. So is that a reflection of maybe the society right now, or?
It's really a question more for the directors, I think. I mean, I think each of these directors are people working at extremely high levels of their art and their craft. I think they're exploring different things. You know, it could just be that this particular year, you know, I mean, you mentioned Hong Sang-soo and Pedro, especially in Hong Sang-soo, I think this film is a little lighter in the best sense of the term for him. I think it's a little more open. I think he's working with actors he feels very comfortable with, and he gives them a little more latitude. So all that resulted in what I think is his best film. For Almodovar, who's a little more of a seasoned veteran and perhaps has even a greater control over what he's doing, you know, as he mentioned, the film was a little bit of a return. I think he did want to get back to the more intimate tone that his earlier films had. But at the same time, he's not the same person he was when he made those early films. So it's a nice combination of the great achievements of his more recent work that include a much more complex form of narration, lots of flashbacks or different kinds of elements that enter, and at the same time that sort of intimate comedic tone by which he first became famous.
And I'd also want to congratulate you, because usually New York Film Festival is the barometer for Oscar-worthy movies. So I guess some of these movies, or a lot of these movies, will be at the Oscars this year.
I hope so. I mean, obviously we operate quite independently from the Oscars. I mean, if they happen to wind up concurring with our opinion, that's great. I was delighted to see Philip Seymour Hoffman win last year, and glad that, Good Night and Good Luck got nominated, but that's not why we invited those films. We invited them because we love them. If the fact that the Academy loves them as well, that's great.
Do you have any suggestions to filmmakers who are starting out, who want to get into a certain level of getting accepted at least in a festival or two?
My big advice for all filmmakers is make the film you want to make. Don't make a film for a festival. It's not a good idea. Make the film that you feel, that says what you want it to say, that looks like you want it to look, and if this festival doesn't work out, another one will. But as long as you believe in your work, that's the most important thing.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So we're here covering the press screening for Volver, and we're here with Diego Senor, and that's his real name, Mr. Diego for Caracol Radio.
Yes.
And he's here specifically to cover Pedro Almodovar, and of course to see Miss Penelope Cruz. Have you seen the past movies that the both of them have?
Yes, I have. Well, we all in Latin America have followed Penelope and Pedro for a long time now, and ever since both their beginnings, and it's amazing to see them together again. It's beautiful.
So, what do you think makes this special? Because this is kind of different. It's lighthearted, it's comedic. Anything that's different from their past work?
Well, as Pedro was telling us in the press conference, that he always has this specific way of working, and you can show that, and it shows in all the movies. This one specifically is the way that he treated it so personally, because he went back to the town where he was. That's why the movie is called Volver, to go back, to return. And so that stands out in the movie. But other than that, you can see all of his particular details in each movie that he has done before, all about his mother, all about my mother, talk to her, are just show and come into the light at the screening.
So what do you think makes Pedro Almodovar an internationally acclaimed director? What makes him universal? What makes him interesting that people are still watching?
Yeah, the same question that you can pose to what makes Woody Allen different than the other one. It turns out he expresses the most as many people from his generation are trying to express. The same thing that Woody Allen does for New Yorkers, for his age, for Jews actually also. Pedro Almodovar does that for Spanish people, for the family, the relations that people have. He can tell that, and he can put it in a picture much better than anyone else, and that's how he just stands out for Spanish filmmakers. And then he goes into the world showing people universal stories, which always work. And then with his talent, it's just an add up of good consequences that happen to be there.
Thanks very much.